Welcome back to another episode of Azrael Reacts. I'm your boy Azrael, and yeah, I know y'all probably can hear my fan. Yo, it is hot, like for real. But man, videos I'm bringing today, supposedly, the three spots that we hit was absolutely nothing. Bro, if you gonna start a war, if you gonna join the war, at least do something. Like if you gonna hit something, hit something. But hit nothing, that ain't acceptable. That ain't acceptable. Nope. Cause now you just put us in some bullshit, and we didn't even hit shit. We didn't even do shit, and we probably about to get hit. Oh man. Let's just go ahead and get into these videos.
Yemen has entered the war. Yemeni authorities have said we are officially entering the war. Keep your ships out of our waters or face the consequences. And just so there's no ambiguity, they are talking to the United States. And this is a good time to bring up the fact that the strikes on Iran were most likely useless. Iranian state media put a report out that said that they had already cleared out their stockpile from those three spots that we hit prior to the United States hitting it. Why? Because Donald Trump was on Temu Twitter just 2 days ago saying that we controlled the Iranian airspace and we have our best machines over there. And oh, by the way, we've been positioning American military aircraft carriers and troops in the Middle East for the past 3 to 5 days. So they knew this shit was coming. So this begs the question, did we just commit an act of war on behalf of Israel that accomplished absolutely nothing? And are we now on the verge of World War III because a president unilaterally made the decision to attack Iran for no fucking reason? Also, by the way, during his presidential address, he said that Iran was a huge threat to America, has been attacking American assets and a state sponsor of terrorism. If that's true, then why did we wait until Israel went to war with them before we did anything about this threat to America? It's very obvious about the timing of this attack that it had nothing to do with Iran being an actual threat to America and everything to do with us supporting Israel, which was made abundantly clear when the president ended his address with "God bless Israel." I wasn't sure if it was the United States president or the Israeli vice president giving that bullshit address.
Look, y'all, I had to give y'all this quick ass update. So now the Iranian president is showing all the U.S. military bases within striking range of Iran, meaning America started it, Hamas and them fins to finish it. To all the Americans in Israel, evacuate now. Iran not playing with us. They on the news station right now telling their people they about to hit back. They about to hit hard. America about to feel it on American soil. And I'm just putting out the warning because I know a lot of y'all everyday hardworking people and you not paying attention to politics, but you should be right now. All the men in your family should be actively ready to be drafted right now because you don't know what's about to take place. I don't know what's about to take place. This is some never before seen in history shit. Donald Trump okayed all this without Congress. I want y'all to understand. This is the most radical, mentally unstable president we've ever had. Either way it go, we at war, baby. World War III and IV is here today, and there's nothing we could do about it. Iran already capping and shit on their news station. We can expect a response in 48 hours, boy. 48 hours and we on military time.
Only been a few hours since Trump's attack, and Iran already clapped back. Tel Aviv, Haifa, Jerusalem just got hit. Now the Ayatollah is being advised to close the Strait of Hormuz and start targeting U.S. Navy ships. One of Trump's major critiques of Democrats was their inability to negotiate with Iran. That's why he pulled out of Obama's nuclear deal. And then he starts a war with them within 6 months. It's crazy because I know in the 80s, when Israel was bombing Beirut, Reagan got on a 20-minute phone call with the prime minister, told him to cut that shit out, and then they did. So, like, the fact that we're going to war because another country told us to, like, we must be bitch made now. I want to hear what the MAGA people are thinking. Please tell me genuinely, what are y'all saying to justify this?
World War III is shaking and Trump just issued us right into it. Now, I'm resting, so excuse my attire, because I thought that we were not supposed to be bombing any type of Iran for the next 2 weeks. Allegedly, Trump switched up the schedule and made it 2 days. There's a lot to this story. Let me explain to you guys what's going on. Let's talk about it. So against Marjorie Taylor Greene and Steve Bannon's advice, Trump went ahead and did what he wanted to do and then announced it on Truth Social. He said, "We have completed our very successful attack on 3 nuclear sites in Iran, including Fordo, Natanz, and Esfahan. All planes are now outside of Iran airspace, and full payload of bombs was dropped on the preliminary site, Fordo." Now, let me explain to you Fordo. We'll get back to this message. So this is Fordo. Fordo is a nuclear plant that harvests uranium. Okay, so basically what he did is the site that they would be able to harvest what would create a bomb, he bombed it. Now, so you guys are not in the dark, I want you to see these things. This is Natanz. Let's read. Natanz is a city in the central district of Natanz County, Esfahan Province, Iran, serving as the capital of both the country and the district. Okay, so you see how that looks, okay? And then you got Esfahan. Let me move me so you can really see it. Esfahan is huge. This is a major city. This is kind of the capital. So he bombed the capital. Esfahan is a major city in the central district of Esfahan County, a province in Iran. It is the capital of the province, the county, and the district. This is a huge city, very metropolitan city that he bombed. This situation is very poignant because of who everybody's in bed with. So you know when they scream "Free Palestine, Free Gaza," that is because Israel is attacking those countries. Trump is aligned allegedly with Israel. Over there, they are trying to create resorts, golf courses. There are all kind of golf courses that Trump is aligning to put over there. He's making this a business investment for later on down the line, Gaza and the Strip looking like Dubai. A tourism attraction. And now we are aligning with Israel. That's why that food wasn't able to get over there. That's why we really haven't been saying nothing. And it's been very cliche to say, you know, "Free Palestine, Free Gaza." We really haven't been doing nothing. We kind of been aligning with the bad guy, right? Well, Iran is aligned with Russia and China. So we don't have a dog in this fight. At this point, they are way bigger superpowers than us. So this is beef, okay? Now, if we were to go to full-blown war, we've created such bad beef with everybody, we don't have anybody to fight for us. Who's going to fight with us? France? We're beefing with Canada. We're not as cool with the European Union. Like, we don't have nobody. We don't have nobody. Because along with China and Russia, they also kind of have Africa. So now we basically declared war, even though he's saying it's going to be peaceful. Let's go back to his message. So he said a payload of bombs was dropped on the preliminary sites for Fordo, and all planes are safely on their way home. Congratulations to our great American warriors. He thinks this is a video game. There's not another military in the world that could have done this. Now's the time for peace. Thank you for your attention to this matter. This is not going to be peaceful. It's actually going to be the exact opposite. When they came in and they let all the kids go from Job Corps and they whisper about bringing back the draft, they're getting y'all ready to send y'all to war. Okay? That's what they're getting ready to do. So I'm just warning you. Ain't gonna be no more Molly Percocets and video games. It's gonna be wartime, baby. It's a scary, scary, scary sight for a country that's not ready for this.
We have breaking news right now. Donald Trump just approved one of the fastest military deployments in modern history. Thousands of U.S. troops are being rushed to key bases in the Middle East, Qatar, Bahrain, and Iraq. Satellite intelligence confirms that advanced systems, including Patriot missile launchers and F-22 stealth fighters, have been deployed. Why now? Because Iran has just crossed a dangerous red line. After pulling out of the nuclear talks, Tehran directly threatened to strike every U.S. military base within its range. They didn't hide it. They named the locations in no uncertain terms. And what's going on behind the scenes is even more serious. China has reportedly shipped a shipment of strategic weapons to Iran. What's inside is unknown, but the implications are clear. Israel has raised its alert level to the highest in a decade. U.S. bases went from standby to full defense overnight. But there is one thing that no one is saying explicitly. This may be more than a reaction. I'll keep you updated every step of the way. Subscribe, follow, and stay safe. This is far from over.
Trained Al-Qaeda
Yes.
to fight the Russians.
we trained Saddam's forces to fight the Iranians.
Correct.
After we helped overthrow their government. And then we had to create Jaish al-Mahdi, or the Mahdi army under Muqtada al-Sadr's dad, to fight back against Saddam Hussein. And then we invaded Iraq. And then we created this organization called the Sons of Iraq to fight Jaish al-Mahdi. And the Sons of Iraq turned into ISIS.
I did not know that.
And then we funded ISIS. Yeah, I was like, my unit was one of the first ones to train these assholes in 2007. And then we funded both ISIS and Al Qaeda in Syria to fight the Syrian government.
That I knew, yeah.
So it's like we've done all of it.
You started this. The 40 to 50,000 American soldiers in the region are now legitimate targets. Every American citizen and soldier is a legitimate target. We were negotiating, we were using diplomacy, but now you've chosen for the blood of your soldiers to be spilt. The American president in the White House chose to collect the coffins of 40 to 50,000 American soldiers. We will start this, and we will show not only your military presence or military bases in the region, even the presidency of Trump will not be in existence anymore.
Our US correspondent Mark Stone had the latest from Washington as he spoke to my colleague Yalda Hakim.
It was at 7:50 in the evening here in Washington that a social media post on Donald Trump's Truth Social account dropped. That was the first moment that we discovered that he had indeed authorized an operation. He said, "We have completed our very successful attack on the 3 nuclear sites in Iran." He said a full payload of bombs was dropped on the primary site, Fordow. All planes are safely on their way home. Congratulations to our great
We have more developing news following the United States' 3 airstrikes on the nuclear sites in Iran. Warning sirens are now going off in Tel Aviv as Iran has just fired missiles into Israel following the United States' attacks on the nuclear sites. Things are only going to ramp up even more, and the United States is only going to be dragged closer and closer into entering war. Think it's fun and games all you want, ladies and gentlemen. This is getting real. Nations are going against nations, and the end times are among us. Everybody be careful.
Breaking news. The U.S. bombed Iran's most secret nuclear site, but the core survived. President Trump claimed total victory. All bombs dropped, all sites destroyed. Mission complete. But new reports from Iran Al Mayadeen tell a very different story. According to their sources, the U.S. strike on Fordow, Iran's most fortified nuclear facility, only damaged the entrance and exit tunnels. The strategic core, buried 80 meters underground, was untouched. Let that sink in. Fordow is where Iran enriched uranium to 83.7%, dangerously close to weapons grade. It's not just a bunker, it's a nuclear vault. And the bombs? They never reached it. This isn't a successful mission. This is a clear failure of U.S. targeting under Trump's command. So why claim it was a win? Was it a show of force or a show for the headlines? Iran says their program is still running, their defenses held, and retaliation still on the table. If Fordow, the most bomb-proof site in Iran, survived a full payload, what does that say about U.S. power, about what comes next? Was this strike a flex or a fumble? Drop your take in the comments, because this story is far from over.
We're at the site of a missile hit in Tel Aviv. This has hit a residential building, and you can see some of the damage behind us. Rescue crews are still in there at the moment. You can just see them through that area there. They are digging through the rubble. We've just spoken to some paramedics out on the street who have suggested that there may well be still some people trapped inside that they are trying to free. The sirens went off across much of Israel just after 7:30 this morning. That was a couple of hours after Donald Trump launched these strikes against the nuclear facilities in Iran, and this retaliatory wave of missiles started to come through, putting the entire country on high alert. We're waiting to see if there are further missile strikes throughout the day.
Players that have been supporting Iran. I'm thinking specifically Russia and China, not forgetting that Russia has been getting many of its drones, its armed drones, from Iran for its invasion in Ukraine.
So on a state level, Jose, probably no one is going to intervene to help Iran tonight. They don't have a NATO. They don't have those kind of alliances. Russia, Vladimir Putin is very happy to buy drones, depends on Iranian drones, has been using them to great effectiveness in Ukraine. China buys a lot of cheap oil from Iran and likes the fact that it has effectively cornered the Iranian market because so much of Iranian oil is sanctioned. The Iranian market is largely focused on sending its fuel to China because it has no other choice. It can't operate internationally in an open way. But those military and economic relationships are not profound enough that Russia or China are going to intervene militarily directly anyway. There have been reports that China or Russia could supply Iran with some weapons, but it seems unlikely that either one of them would risk a direct conflict.
No! Listen, we are F-A-W-K-E-D fucked.
Iran just threatened USA and Donald Trump right after Trump attacked Iran's 3 nuclear sites. Right after that, right after the threat, Trump threatened Iran again. They said if they do anything again to America or to the base, to the USA base, he will go hard on them. Because that was nothing. He will actually go hard, his full force on them. But we all know Iran's not going to stop. Because they said it previously and multiple times. They will not stop. They're going to keep on going. And they said nothing will stop them. And there's about like 40,000 U.S. soldiers in the base over there. So that's Iran's target. They can target them easy. People in USA do not want that to happen. Because if that happens, oh buddy, we may not even see tomorrow, man. Is there a button where we could skip to like 2028 or something? Because this is getting out of hand, bro.
Breaking news. Reports are coming out of Iran stating that the 3 buildings that were hit were unoccupied. Nothing was in there. In the words of Poncho, they hit absolutely nothing. So now, Donald Trump bombs another country. He hits 3 different sites. All sites were empty. No weapons of mass destruction or whatever they believe they hit weren't there. So Iran still possibly has weapons of mass destruction. However, Donald Trump decided to bomb another country without letting Congress know. On top of that, he only talked to top Republican officials. He didn't even talk to Democrats. So, yeah, MAGA, thank you again. You guys are awesome. But this concludes the rest of my video making tonight. I'm getting ready to go to bed. Not really. I'm just going to just call it a night. And, yeah, see you guys tomorrow morning. It's going to be a whole lot of fucking coffee drinking. But, hey, you know, y'all know what it is. Peace.
Crazy. Come on now, bruh. Come on now. Empty sites. Empty. What are we doing? What are we doing? Like, you broadcasting 2 days before that we taking over their air control. They move everything out on you. Make you look stupid. You hit absolutely nothing. Didn't stop nothing. Didn't hit any of their bombs. Stop any of that. Nothing. What? You let Israel play the shit out of you, boy. Playing you like a fiddle. That boy just over there. Boy. We are at war. And we done nothing. Nothing. Yeah, we bombed 3 cities and done absolutely nothing. Good job. Good job there. That was a wonderful accomplishment. Oh my God. Oh my God. Well, I'm your boy Azrael. This has been another episode of Azrael Reacts, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Deuces.